Hey, Hawk Nelson along with Colton Dixon coming to our area on Friday, March the 9th at 7 p.m. They're going to be at Crossroads Community Church. It's just over the border in Ottawa Lake, Michigan. On the phone line, we have the bass player and longest running member of the band, Dan. Hello, sir.
What's going on, April? Thank you for that very sweet introduction.
So bass player, longest running member, big brother, kind of knocking everybody else's heads in when they get all crazy and unruly.
Yeah, I'm the old man of the group, but that's okay. Actually, I love it. They're all super good guys to be in a band with. I'd say they're like my brothers, which gives you that interesting dynamic of like, if you have siblings, like it's a love-hate relationship sometimes, but more love than hate.
Exactly. And as the youngest of three siblings to begin with, two other ones, can totally relate to that. So.
Nice. Oh, you're the youngest, so you got all the best treatment, all the best presents.
Well, honestly, I'm the youngest technically because I'm a fraternal twin. So it's kind of like, I got stuff, but I was always sharing with somebody else. I mean, even from the get-go. But you know what? I love being a twin. I love the fact that we're fraternal twins because we completely throw everybody off with that fact. It's fantastic. So
I love that. I mean, just come out to the show. I won't know who you are if you both show up. Do you have a brother or a sister?
It's a sister, and I'd have to get her. I'd have to get her down here from Michigan. She's actually back where we grew up, so she's about 4 hours away. But that would be hilarious, to see if you guys could figure out who's who. So,
all right, everyone, March 9th, Ottawa Lake, Michigan, a big reunion of the siblings, of the fraternal twins, or whatever.
There we go. Hey, nice. Amy, come on down. So there we go. So you guys are going to be in concert with Colton Dixon, and we're super excited about that. We found out you guys were coming to the area because it's been a little bit since we've seen you. And have you guys ever been out with Colton before, or is this your first time?
This is our first time. So it's funny because our singer John, he's kind of at one point a few years ago, he decided to start bleaching his hair, and then he grew a beard when he was having his son, and then he looked in the mirror and realized, oh no, I'm Colton Dixon's mini-me. So he shaved the beard off, but it's still this thing where Colton's got a very specific look, and so you don't mess with that. You don't. Yeah. Anyways, it's gonna be fun. I've heard good things about. I know that some of our guys in our band are friends with his band, and it'll be really fun. And there's also a girl named Sarah Reeves that's going to be on the show, and we like her music, so she's got an amazing voice. Yeah,
we've been starting to see and hear from Sarah a little bit here and there, and the buzz and everything like that. So it'll be really cool to get to know her and see what she's all about. So, but Jonathan, oh my gosh, that's hilarious.
Mini Colton.
Colton.
We're always we're the short. John and I are the short guys in the band. We're actually originally from Ontario, not too far away from you guys. And Colton, he's skinny and tall. He's got a good look, American Idol season, I don't know what, but he's a rock star, and we're just these kind of Joe average, regulars.
No, but see, you say that, but then to see you guys perform, because I've seen you perform, and you, bro, for a bass player, you've got moves, man.
Well, I appreciate that. I'm getting old. I had a knee replacement 2 years ago, so I got to come up with some kind of special moves, I guess.
Wait, back the train up. You said you had a knee replacement?
Yeah.
Seriously?
Tumor that was eating my leg, and 3 surgeries later, they were let's just do it. Just chop it all out. Let's get it all. And they did. And so I'm very grateful. I had to miss about 100 shows. It was crazy.
Okay. I vaguely remember hearing something about that, but I didn't know the extent of what the tumor was going. So was this something, obviously it was doing stuff to your leg, but was this something that was life-threatening? Do you mind talking about that a little bit?
The worst thing that they said 50 years ago, they just would have chopped off my leg. But,
oh, no.
But I'm like, I could be like a peg leg bass player. That's okay. But I'd rather have my leg. And so it was a really neat opportunity to like trust God through it all. It was definitely very like, it was cool to see like what friends and family would like surround me in prayer. And like, it was a good thing in the end. We found a verse, Psalm 34:19. It says, "For the righteous person faces many troubles, but the Lord comes to the rescue each time." And it was a good reminder that, like, just because we're Christians doesn't mean we're going to walk this perfect life. In fact, it says, like, the righteous person will face many troubles. And it was one of these things, like, I don't know if you've had family with battling cancer or tumor or those kind of things, but it can come back and it can be aggressive. And every time you're like, what's going on, God? But, like, he promises that he'll be faithful. And he came to my rescue, and I'm super stoked. I didn't even plan to talk about that, but I'm really excited to be back on the road and touring with these guys. We have a brand new record coming out in April called Miracles, and actually we're going to have the record available at the show on March 9th, ahead of like all digital and streaming and all that stuff. So if you want to pick it up, you can get it on the tour.
Fantastic. Awesome. Yeah, we knew you were working on new music and whatnot. So, yeah, and I knew that you didn't plan on talking about that, but I'm like, wait a minute. Okay, you said you're 36, and you said you had a knee replacement surgery done 2 years ago at age 34. Now, my dad has had knee replacement surgery done twice. Okay,
and so gosh. How's he doing?
He's doing fine with it. The first time around was a bit tough on him. The second time around wasn't so bad because now they're making the knees. Is your knee titanium?
It is some kind of like stainless steel or something like that. I'm not sure.
Now, see, when he had the first surgery done, he had I think he was somewhere in his 50s. Now my dad is like almost 75, but in his 50s he had it done. And at that point they didn't have the titanium knees; they were some sort of plastic funky thing. Hence why, like after 10 years, it breaks down, and he had to go back in and redo it. Now they said that his knee will last forever; it'll outlive him. So, oh
my gosh!
Yeah,
someone else will use that knee. That's cool.
Yeah, there you go. So knee replacement done, like really weird with knee transplant. There you go. But anyway, that's why I picked up on that, because I'm like, whoa, wait a minute. Like, you're way too young to have knee replacement, and then, you explain why. Okay, that makes sense. So, picked up on that.
Yeah, it's the hardest when you're in the hospital and you see, like, kids going through it and stuff, and you're like, man, I'm so grateful. Like, it's different when it's a child. So I'm really grateful. And I'm grateful that we live in a time where, we have access to medicine and surgeons and all that kind of stuff. So I don't know. I'm super grateful. But we're excited to be on the road. We're excited to be releasing a new record. We decided to travel to Iceland last fall just to shoot a video for the song He Still Does Miracles. And if you go on YouTube and search Hawk Nelson Miracles, you'll see it. And just basically, instead of hiring a film crew, we were like, let's just all bring cameras ourselves. And John brought some of his drones, and like we just filmed, glaciers and this black beach and waterfalls, and it was just such a cool trip. So that's what's been going on in Hawk Nelson's world.
Awesome. That is fantastic. Well, you're talking about the new album. So, I mean, obviously the idea of miracles with He Still Does Miracles. But, I mean, is that kind of the theme of the album itself? Or tell us a little bit about that. What can you expound upon? Yeah,
it was a super challenging time for us as a band. We had finished touring our Diamonds album, which had, some songs that people knew, Drops in the Ocean and Diamonds and Live Like You're Loved. And I felt kind of like that was good, that was an album that connected with people, but it also kind of raised the bar, and we didn't want to put out just the same kind of thing again. So we spent mostly 3 years writing and kind of beating our head against the wall, it felt like. And it's when we like kind of let go of the whole process, and we're like, you know what, like maybe we just need to like call it a day. That all of a sudden God showed up, and songs like He Still Does Miracles and some other ones that you'll be hearing if you come out to the tour kind of were birthed. And man, I just think that when you just like kind of give up and give control back to God, that's when he really has an opportunity to move. And so we're praying that he uses this album and that you guys like it. Well, hopefully we will. I think we will, though. I mean, it's Hawk Nelson. Come on. Give it a listen. Give it a listen. Yeah. Actually, He Still Does Miracles is, you can already stream that and see the video. And then also our singer John, he's been getting into video production lately, so he shot that video, and then he's also shot one for a song called Parachute, and that's coming out, I believe, maybe today. Maybe.
I'll have to check my source. I'll check my source on it. Play MPE, see if that's up yet. So.
He did this thing where he learned how to sing the song backwards, and then we filmed ourselves like jumping off this rock and walking down the beach, but he's singing it like it sounded like Icelandic, actually, the way he was singing it. But then when you play it backwards, then he's singing it correctly, but we're walking backwards. It's really fun.
That sounds like a lot of fun. I can't wait to see that video. So sounds awesome. Looking forward to it. And so when's the release date of the new album again?
It's April 6th, but like I say, you can get it on tour. In fact, the records are supposed to show up on Monday or Tuesday. I'm really excited to like have one in my hand, like, you know, like old-fashioned.
Yeah, there we go. I mean, yeah, we love getting stuff, you know, instantaneously with a digital download, but to have that physical copy, you can't be old school.
Yeah, like 4 to 6 weeks ahead of it even being online is kind of cool to kind of beat everyone else to it.
Well, aren't you special? That's awesome. So,
hey, if anyone comes up to the show, they are special.
Yes.
That's all I'm going to say.
Yeah. Well, yeah, because, you know, you come out to the show, you get that earlier, so there we go. So awesome.
You see Colton Dixon, you see mini-me Colton Dixon.
He's never going to live that down, you know. The next time I talk to Jonathan, I'm going to be like, hey, you know, Dan told us about...
Oh, he knows. He didn't mean to do it, but he just, like, looked in the mirror and realized one day, and so he took that beard off pretty quick.
Now, is Colton aware of this? That would be the fun thing.
Yes. I mean, I love the idea of touring with this guy. I don't know, like, I've met him a few times, but he's still, like, a big deal to me, so I'm kind of nervous.
Aw. You know what? You know what? He probably is kind of like that. You know, he may not admit it, but he might be like that with you guys. I mean, because Hawk Nelson, you guys have been around. How many years? Like, okay, so you said you've been with the band since the beginning. You guys have been around for a long time. How many years is that, Dan?
If I'm telling you the truth, 16 years.
Ooh, so you were about 20 when it got started.
Yep.
You're a baby.
But you see it, there's crazy, like, the Newsboys are doing this. Have you seen their United tour? They're getting back together with some of the original members.
Yeah, it's coming to our area.
I mean, the world, it's just nuts. It's just crazy.
I was just talking to somebody else about Skillets. They had just heard about Skillets for the first time. They're kind of new to the Christian music and everything like that. And it's like, yeah, they've been around since 1996. And I'm like, that's the year that I graduated from college. And I'm like, oh, my goodness.
Wow, 96. So that's like, wait, are we talking like
22 years, yeah. You do the math, buddy. So
some people are just hearing about Skill. It's crazy, I know. Yeah. They're we've toured with them a bunch. They're awesome.
They are awesome. So, well, super excited about the new album coming out. Super excited to be able to see you guys. And if more people wanted to find out about Hawk Nelson, the new music, check out the videos, where could they find you on social media?
Yeah, just literally Instagram, Hawk Nelson. You can just check out YouTube, Hawk Nelson. You can check out hawknelson.com. It's pretty self-explanatory. There's no actual person, Hawk Nelson. We are a band.
Okay, real quick, how did you come up with a name?
We didn't have any better options. We were all just throwing our ideas into a hat. Our options were like Bob's Your Uncle, Jim Dandy, Chain Link, and Hawk Nelson.
And there you go.
And when we did a quick Google search, nothing existed for Hawk Nelson. It wasn't a person. It wasn't a place. It wasn't a thing. It was just, well, we're going to give it an identity. And somehow that all worked out.
And 16 years later, here you are.
and then, you know, you got Hawk Nelson, you've got Owl City. I mean, I don't know if there's some kind of, like, cousinship there, but...
Well, Owl City is interesting because Adam Yon, he's from Owatonna, Minnesota. And so Owl City is the nickname of Owatonna. So there you go.
Well, that makes sense.
Yeah.
Okay, well, then there's actually more reason for his, you think?
You you know what? Sometimes you don't have to have a reason. It's just a fun name, and everybody remembers it. So.
Oh, well, I appreciate that. Appreciate that, April.
Yeah, no problem. Well, super excited to be able to see you guys, and hopefully we'll be able to get a chance to talk and chat with the show. But once again, Hawk Nelson along with Colton Dixon, Ottawa Lake, Michigan, Crossroads Community Church, March the 9th, and people will be excited because in another week from now we're going to be giving away tickets to that as well. So, yay!
Nice. It could be your opportunity, folks, to see both April and Amy, the twins, together, live in person.
If I could get her down there, we'll do it. All right. Hey, Dan, thank you so much for taking some time out.
I just want to say thank you guys for years of support. We love Yes FM, and thank you so much.